Imagine living in a small community that becomes a home of big ideas, where students, filmmakers, and nonprofits all use film to tell stories that matter. The Berkshire Film and Media Collaborative, or BFMC, is doing exactly that. We're building a thriving creative economy here in Western Massachusetts by opening doors for education, storytelling, and film production. Hello, my name is Ericka, and I have the privilege of working with BFMC. Over the past year, I've seen firsthand how film can bring people together, spark new ideas, and even change the way people see their community. Before working for BFMC, I spent years around creative people, artists, performers, storytellers, but I've never seen a program that connects creativity to community the way that this one does. It's not just about filmmaking, it's about using storytelling as a tool for change. Before I started working here, I never realized how many people in the Berkshires wanted to tell their stories, or how powerful it can be when they finally get the chance. So today, I want to share how BFMC is creating opportunities for students, filmmakers, and local organizations through education, training, and community storytelling. One of our most inspiring programs is called Your Voice Through Video, or YVTV. It's a 13-week filmmaking course where public high school students learn to create short documentaries on topics that matter to them. They write, film, and edit everything themselves, learning teamwork, communication, and problem solving along the way. One of the most rewarding experiences I've had was working with the students at Morningside Community School. They knew that their school and neighborhood sometimes had a bad reputation, and they wanted to change that narrative. So they created a film called Morningside Loves Pittsfield, a documentary celebrating the places and the people they love most about their community. Watching the students take pride in where they're from and share that story on screen was just incredible. It's moments like that that remind me that film just isn't about cameras and editing. It's about belonging and giving young people the confidence to be heard. It also made me think about how important it is to change the narrative about where we live. Too often, small towns like ours are seen as quiet or forgotten places, but that's not the story that these students wanted to tell. They see beauty, resilience, and possibility, and that reminds all of us that creativity is alive and thriving here. Seeing that through their eyes is one of the most rewarding parts of this work. When you watch their finished films, you can actually see the transformation. Students who barely spoke up at the beginning suddenly light up when they see their story come alive on the screen. It's really incredible. It's that spark, that moment of pride that makes this program so powerful. Right now, the program runs at Pittsfield High School and Bart Charter School, and we're planning to expand throughout Berkshire County next year. We often talk about workforce development, but the truth is programs like this are the starting point for it. Some of these students go on to study communications, others explore editing or production, and many just gain the confidence to share their ideas. That's the beginning of a creative pipeline right here in our schools. Now, education is just one part of what we do. Another major focus for BFMC is workforce development, helping people of all ages gain the skills and confidence to build careers in film and media right here in Western Massachusetts. We've offered production assistant workshops that teach participants the ins and outs of working on set, and an online screenwriting course with award-winning screenwriter Matt Stewart. One participant shared that the class finally gave him the push to finish a script he'd been sitting on for years. Hearing that reminded me how these programs don't just teach skills, they create momentum and open doors that people might not have realized were even possible. It's exciting to see more and more people realize that they don't have to leave the Berkshires to pursue this kind of work, that opportunities can grow right here in our own community. Of course, training and education are only part of the bigger picture. Once people have the skills, there needs to be real opportunities to put them to use. And that's where BFMC's production services come in. BFMC helps productions of all sizes find locations, hire local crew, and connect with talent. When filmmakers choose to shoot here, it boosts our local businesses, tourism, and jobs. Everyone from caterers to camera operators benefit. Even a single production can have a huge ripple effect. It brings new energy to the region and shows that the Berkshires just aren't a place of beauty, but it's a place of creativity and skill. What's really exciting is seeing that local people realize they don't have to move to LA or New York to work in film. They can build careers right here, surrounded by the community that they love. When you think about it, every piece of this work is connected. Education leads to opportunity, opportunity leads to jobs, and these jobs feed back into the community. Local filmmakers collaborate with local nonprofits, students intern on set. It all circulates back, strengthening the creative economy we're building. And while we're helping film professionals connect to paid work, we're also helping local nonprofits amplify their voices through storytelling. Our Community Film Fund provides one-to-one matching grants to small nonprofits so they can create videos for fundraising, outreach, and education. Since 2020, it's awarded nearly $70,000 to organizations like Berkshire County Arc, Roots Rising, Lamb Theater, Berkshire Horseworks, and the Blackshire's Empowerment Foundation. Every time we work with a nonprofit, we see the same thing. Once they have a professional video, their ability to connect with donors and share their mission skyrockets. It's proof that storytelling truly drives impact. And finally, as we look forward to the future, BFMC is taking everything we've learned from education, training, and production and dreaming even bigger. The next step for BFMC is developing an international film education center, a creative hub for training, production, and collaboration. We envision classrooms, post-production facilities, and a working soundstage, a space where students, filmmakers, and visiting artists can collaborate and learn together. The Berkshires has always been a place where arts thrive, from theater to dance to music. This center builds on that legacy. It's about creating a home for film here, a place where creativity meets opportunity and where local stories can reach a global audience. Imagine high school students who started in Your Voice Through Video getting to work side by side with professionals from around the world. That's what the center could make possible, and it would be right here in the Berkshires. For a rural region like ours, this is more than an arts project. It's an investment in people, in creativity, and in our academic future. For me, working with the Berkshire Film and Media Collaborative has been a reminder of how powerful creativity can be. Whether it's a teenager sharing their story through a short film or an adult finally finishing a script they've been dreaming about, every project we support adds another thread to the creative fabric of this community. When I think about what we're building here, from classrooms to film sets and soon a space where it all comes together, it reminds me how creativity thrives in connection. Every story, every student, every filmmaker we support becomes part of that larger vision. Being part of this organization has changed the way I see the power of storytelling. Every time I watch a student film or help plan a workshop, I'm reminded that creativity is contagious. And I'm proud to be part of something that not only celebrates it, but makes it accessible to everyone. When people think of film, when people think of the film industry, they usually think of Hollywood or New York. But here in the Berkshires, we're providing that creativity and opportunity can exist anywhere, especially in communities that care deeply about each other. Every time we roll a camera on a local story, we're not just making art, we're building connection, visibility, and pride. That's what keeps me inspired every day. And that's what BFMC is truly about. Building creative futures in Western Massachusetts, one story at a time. Thank you for listening.